And this morning, looking at verses, which will be the theme for today, of how personally contacting Krishna is the perfect spiritual path. And the more direct and personal it is, the more effective it is. That's why bhakti is so effective. It's the ultimate personal path, acknowledging that fully that God's a person and finding the ways to connect with Him very personally and directly. And there are a series of verses that I'll read this morning, but just for the Japa session, I thought you'd like this one. And it comes at the end of the 5th chapter, the 1st canto, in the discussion between Narada Muni and Srila Vyasadeva. And Narada had told about his own life and how he came in contact with Krishna through meeting devotees and being touched by them personally. And then near the end, he's talking about the most effective way to be in touch with Krishna personally is through his name. Iti murtya abhidanena mantra murta mumurtikam yajite yagya purusha sa samyag darshana puman. He says that this is the way to have very direct and full experience of Krishna, have his full darshan, is through his name. Then he says this, Imam swa nigamam brahman, avetya mad anushtatam, adan me jnanam aishvaryang, swasmin bhavam chakeshavaha. O Brahmana, thus by the Supreme Lord Krishna, I was endowed first with the transcendental knowledge of the Lord as inculcated in the confidential parts of the Vedas, then with the spiritual opulences, and then with his intimate loving service. And Prabhupada writes the following, communion with the Lord by transmission of the transcendental sound is non-different from the whole spirit, Lord Sri Krishna. It is a completely perfect method for approaching the Lord. By such pure contact with the Lord without offense of material conceptions, numbering 10, the devotee can rise above the material plane to understand the inner meaning of the Vedic literatures, including the Lord's existence in the transcendental realm. The Lord reveals his identity gradually to one who has unflinching faith, both in the spiritual master and in the Lord. After this, the devotee is endowed with mystic opulences, which are 8 in number. And above all, the devotee is accepted in the confidential entourage of the Lord and is entrusted with specific service of the Lord through the agency of the spiritual master. A pure devotee is more interested in serving the Lord than in showing an exhibition of the mystic powers dormant in him. Sri Narada has explained all these from his personal experience, and one could obtain all the facilities which Sri Narada obtained by perfecting the chanting process of the sound representation of the Lord. There's no bar for chanting this transcendental sound by anyone, provided it is received through Narada's representative, coming down by the chain of disciplic succession, or the parampara. What did you think of that? Haribol? Okay. So it's a perfect method, and what makes it most perfect is avoiding the 10 offenses. And furthermore, everything becomes revealed gradually, which is one of the main quotes that you've heard me read over and over again. And it comes under that heading that Prabhupada said, everything is revealed one after another just by chanting. So just as a centerpiece, I thought it would be a good purport and verse to contemplate for this morning. Nigamam. Gama means to go, and nigama means to go within. So Japa is definitely that process. We go within. Any comments? Self-explanatory. Its purport is clear. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama
Hare Krishna Hare Rama
Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna. Just continuing the theme about chanting and being personal. That is, Krishna has a relationship with every living entity and all his Shaktis. Krishna had 8 queens who were the most intimate, and one of them is Rukmini. And Rukmini has her own personality as compared to Satyabhama and others. She's a little reticent, as we see in the pastime when Krishna says, "Why'd you marry me? You could have found somebody much better." And Rukmini fainted because she thought Krishna was making himself distant. And the chanting is very personal, it's not mechanical. And we can think of how Rukmini wrote Krishna a letter after she heard about him and said, "I just want to marry you, that's it. It's my main ambition in life." And Prabhupada points out that she had a very specific way of writing to him because that was her personality. She was in a Kshatriya family and she had a strategy she told him about, that this is how you can pick me up before I get married to Shishupal, and nobody will be hurt, but you better bring some armies with you, and so forth. She had a whole plan, and she sent a letter. And Krishna reciprocated immediately. He came right away. She didn't know it until the last minute. Sometimes we don't know till the last minute that Krishna's actually personally reciprocating with us. He always does. And when Krishna picked up Rukmini during the wedding ceremony, it hadn't started. She had just come out from the temple of Durga, and there was a short pathway that she knew, Rukmini knew, that the brides would always walk before joining the wedding party when she would be available for Krishna to grab her. And he did. And he put her on his chariot and he rode away, and everyone chased after Krishna. Balaram showed up with his armies. They fought off all the challengers. And Krishna said something to Rukmini. He used the word tavakai when he was referring to his chariot, to his soldiers, which means these are yours. In other words, everything that's mine is now yours. It's a very personal thing to say, tavakai. These are your soldiers now. And there's a way that when we are chanting, we have our own history, we have our own desires, we're persons, but we have a relationship with Krishna, and it's as if we're writing that letter to Krishna, "Please come get me, here I am." And when Krishna hears that, when we send him that letter through our chanting, that he'll come pick us up. And it may be at the last minute, when we're not expecting it. But when he does, his whole intention is that everything that's mine is yours. Very personal way. He gives his whole heart. He gives everything, all his paraphernalia, the association of all his devotees. We inherit that from Krishna. There's not much to inherit here in the material world. You got to give it all back. So the chanting is very personal, and it's something that Krishna hears. And if we remember that he's responding individually to each person, and each person has their own situation and their own relationship with Krishna, then the chanting becomes something non-mechanical and very meaningful. Any reflections or something you picked out from that monologue? Hey, Dhriti's here. Haribol.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for bringing this conception of individuality, because sometimes when we chant, at least I can say about myself that it becomes so mechanical. I don't feel that reciprocation of Krishna. But when you were actually mentioning about that individuality, I was remembering the prayers of Lord Brahma. I think it is the 7th verse of 14th chapter, 10th canto. There he says that Gunatmanestapi Gunan Bimatung Hitavatirnesya Ka Ishirahasya Kalena Raiva Byamatang Sukalpu Ke Bhupankshavo Ke Mihika Dubhyaso. That means in this verse it said, like, if even somebody can count the number of the dust or the himkana, means like the snow or even the sun rays, but they cannot count the qualities of you, O my Lord, and you come down to this earth to exhibit these qualities so that infinite number of living entities, they get attracted to you. So Vishnu Chakravarti was very nicely actually explained this verse, that this is the individual relationship with Krishna, because not everybody will be attracted to every qualities of Krishna. But there is a certain quality of Krishna which will steal your heart, and Krishna will reciprocate in that way.
Bravo. That was beautiful. One more from this side of the room. Okay, Malini.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. When you read from the purport, from the first canto, 5th chapter, that it said that whatever Narada Muni has achieved, we all can achieve the same if we just concentrate on the sound vibration of the holy name and chant without offenses. So that was so nice. It's just a simple instruction that we just have to concentrate on the sound vibration, then we get all of it, whatever all the great souls have achieved. So.
Yeah, and it goes to this great generosity. It's mentioned in that purport I read about the intimate service, and it comes from the word intimare in Latin, which means to reveal something that was private. And this is the whole intention of the Sankirtan movement. The Anarpita Charim Chirar Karanavatirna Kalau. In the dark age of Kali, something amazing is happening, and that is that Krishna is revealing the most intimate kind of thing to everybody. It's like, wait, what? Now? And it becomes even more beautiful in that context. And there's a kind of madness to it all, that he's giving it away without charging anything, and it's the highest thing. And that it's available to everyone in a simple process that's been distilled into the chanting of Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Gaur Premanande Haribol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, 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 Ram, 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 Krishna, 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 Ram, Ram, Ram.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. We just have a couple more minutes for R&R, reflections and realizations. But make it fast because we only have like 2 minutes. Bhaktin Kennedy.
Hare Krishna. I was reflecting on the story of Rukmini and how when you ask Krishna to change your life in that drastic of a way, and you have to surrender fully. And in the process of surrendering, maybe there's some anxiety, but there has to be patience. And you have to sit through it. You have to go through it to get to the end. And in that patience, in that suspension there, that's when we fully surrender. That's why sometimes that process can seem really difficult for some people, but once you get to the end of it, he says, everything I have is yours. That's unfathomable to me, so it's just amazing to see the blessings he can bestow for those who are willing to wait.
Brava, brava. Una más, por favor. Yes. Red mic. Thank you very much. I'm so happy to be here and to see you.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, nice to have you back and chanting with you in the Japa session. So one thing in the beginning you were mentioning that it's a direct contact with the Lord, and that seemed very mystical because we don't see that happening in this world. If we take somebody's name, he doesn't appear. But if we take Krishna's name, he appears in the name. How does that happen? Does Krishna, when does he appear, and does it depend on the chanter's intention? Would you please?
Yeah, it always depends on the quality of the chanter. That is mentioned, Prabhupada mentions it in the verse, Oho Bhatashwa Pachato Garyanya Jivagre Vartate Namatubhyam, that Devahuti says any chanting removes mountains of sins, qualifies one for spiritual life. Prabhupada says in the purport, of course, it depends on the quality of the chanting and the chanter. And we know that whatever intention we have in our heart, whatever our consciousness is, when we speak something comes out to the listener. You may say the right thing, but in the wrong tone. And someone might say to you, I don't like your tone of voice, even though you said the right thing. So Krishna is listening for the mood that Bhakti Kennedy was saying, but that full surrender, I give up. There's my sincerity that even though I realize I'm in the midst of complexities, even though I think it's hopeless for me, but still, that's what my intention is. I'm going to surrender. I am surrendering. That's our sincerity. And if we offer that when we're chanting Krishna's name, then it's most effective because it's personal. He understands that's what the person's intention is, and he's always waiting for that. And that comes out in many places, that's what he wants to hear. It's like, I want to be with you, because Krishna wants to be with us. We're the ones who broke it off, by the way. So we can put it back on again at any time. That was the last one. Save it for the class. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Panchatattva, please let us smash the goal of 3,000 Bhagavatams. Please let us beat Pune, who did over 3,000 last year. And please let us all get the 34 between now and the 28th or 29th? 28th. Everyone's got till the 28th of September to memorize the 34 verses of the second chapter. So please take advantage. We'll try to make a PDF available by tomorrow. And you'll get extra credit if you can do it forwards and backwards. So practice hard. Shri Harinam Prabhu ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Chaitanya